So here's the basics of Population 1, the free, very addictive online battle royale video game played in virtual reality. Population 1 is much like Fortnite, but playing in virtual reality is definitely a different experience. While there are alternate game formats, the basic game is the classic squads. We are on a squad of 3 people battling it out in the main map against other squads, most of whom are other players, but sometimes they're the much easier to defeat bots. We begin on a giant platform and have the option of taking a rocket lander to a different part of the map so that we spread out from the other squads. Or we can jump from the platform, spread our arms, and glide right into battle. This can get us into the action a lot faster, but with less time to prepare. We begin with just a knife, which is the most basic of edged weapons in the game. When we land, there is loot spread out across the map. It's everywhere. We'll want to collect weapons, ammo, health, and upgrade our backpack a few times so that we can carry even more stuff. We can also pick up generic resources to build protective walls or even more elaborate fortifications. There are different classes of weapons in the game. There are pistols, shotguns, submachine guns, assault weapons, sniper rifles, 2 types of grenades, and even a rocket launcher. Each class has a few different weapons, each with their own pros and cons, so there's a lot to pick from and a lot of things to upgrade to as you move through the map and you loot more goodies. Each weapon in Population 1 also comes in different levels, with higher level weapons being more rare on the map. 1 star is basic, then you have the blue 2-star guns, purple 3-star guns, gold 4-star guns, and allegedly there may be a 5-star gun somewhere in the game, but I've never seen it. Higher levels of guns have improved features such as magazine capacity, rate of fire, etc. But surprisingly, the basic guns do pretty well in most combat situations. Once your team is ready for battle, you can start looking to battle it out with other squads. That is, unless they've already found you before you are actually ready. Much like the storm in Fortnite, there is a zone in the map with a red wall of death as its boundary that shrinks as the game goes on, and this forces players closer together and to move around.
Battle zone is now shrinking.
So no camping in this game. Being outside of this red wall does damage, but at a fairly slow rate. Not the end of the world if you get stuck behind the zone for a little while. There's a map you can use to view the locations of you, your teammates, and the red line and white line which indicate where the zone is moving to. It also shows how many allies and enemies remain in the game. If other players have microphones, you can communicate with them, and that communication is actually a really important part of winning this game.
I'm going around the backside.
I'm here in the front door.
Speaking of communication, hit the like button to communicate that this video doesn't suck. Thank you. Each player in Population 1 has the ability to place markers on the map to indicate an enemy's location, a destination, some good loot to share with your teammates, or whatever else you want to mark on the map. Throughout the game, supply drops will land randomly. Getting to a supply drop can get you some rare weapons and other goodies, but all the other teams will be heading there too. Often a squad will perch nearby and wait for other squads to go to that supply drop, so be careful. When you or a teammate are killed in the game, you don't actually die, but you become sort of a ghost. Your squad can see you, but other squads can't. You can still move around the map to get to a teammate who can revive you by rubbing 2 pads of a defibrillator together for several seconds, so long as they're not killed in the process. When reviving a teammate, nearby enemies can hear the distinct sound of that defibrillator activating. If you do die and become a ghost, obviously you probably want to be revived. But as a ghost, you can still talk to your teammates, and you can communicate the enemy's location to surviving teammates, and sometimes that's more beneficial than actually being revived. A huge part of Population 1 is gaining elevation. We physically move our arms in a climbing motion to climb vertically on anything in the map. Then we can travel much faster by raising our arms and gliding into our destination. But we can also become very vulnerable when we're gliding. As squads are eliminated, we are alerted as to how many squads remain in the game. If you're eliminated, you earn your place based on how far you made it into the game. So the last team eliminated is first place, the second from last is second place, and so on. Important stats in Population 1 are wins, your win probability, average kills per game, revives per game, damage per game, the usual. We level up based on XP earned in the games. There are also daily challenges we can pursue to earn more XP and level up faster. For example, a challenge might be to do X amount of damage with this specific weapon, or to break a certain number of windows in a match. They are really all over the place, but they can be a lot of fun. We can make friends in the game or invite people we know to play on the squad together. This is probably a good idea, so we know we can communicate with them and that they aren't 5 years old. No offense to 5-year-olds. But yes, there is a wide variety of age ranges that play Population 1. Upgrades to earn in the game include skins. We can earn them, buy them, or collect snowflakes throughout the game with teammates to unlock new skins. Other than that, there's not much play to win because we all start out on an even playing field in every single game. Population 1 is incredibly fun and addictive. The VR motions, like peeling and eating a banana for health, are strange at first, but you get used to them. And it might even count as exercise. Maybe. There are other battle types to explore if you get bored, but some of them are actually really hard. There's a Population 1 tutorial mission for beginners, and you can do training missions where you fight against only bot enemies. Hit like, subscribe, and watch this video next for some actionable tips on how to not suck in Population 1.